Hey guys, what's up? I just wanted to do a review on a couple of things today. If you saw my live video before when I talked about my Minolta 645 that I got, which was dope, super good find, cleaned it up. Still need to get a 6-volt battery to make sure the shutter works. The shutter won't fire without a 6-volt battery, I found out. So once I get a battery, I'll make sure that works and probably do another live video on that. Anyway, one of the things that I had was this guy, which I didn't know what it was. Originally, I opened it up. It came in this weird little case, you know, clear top, screws off like this. Put that guy back there. And then, you know, you've got this guy, screws off like this. And boom, you've got a tiny, it's got a lens cap on it. It's a lens. It's a tiny little lens. Now, I couldn't figure out what this was for. I did some research. This is a larger lens. So if you're familiar with film photography, what you do is you develop your negatives, and then you put your negatives in a thing called an enlarger, which is kind of a reverse camera. So you take your negatives in, you put it projects through this lens onto photo paper, which you then develop into a print. And I had never seen, I'd used enlargers and worked in a darkroom before when I was at Western Carolina, but I'd never seen enlarger lens just off the enlarger. And so if you can kind of see, I don't know if hopefully it'll focus in, but you got your aperture ring that opens and closes like that. And you know, it's a nifty little guy to have. I've just been having it in my brand new display case, which I think you can see over here to the left. Pretty dope. IKEA rocks. Wired it up from IKEA. I might do a video on that. I don't know. But yeah, no, this is like a little, this was just a little bonus guy that I got in the case of stuff with my Minolta. What I got was this little guy. Now, if you're like me, you've got, and you collect film cameras, you got a lot of old lenses, and they're on film cameras. And I also shoot digital photography. I mainly shoot digital photography. Digital photography is easy. It's convenient. I can take it and I can put it on my computer and I can edit them. I don't have access to a darkroom, unfortunately. You know, I shoot video. I like to collect the old cameras. You know, they're my passion, but it's difficult to shoot film photography if you don't have access to a darkroom, and it can get very expensive as well. Now, what this guy does is it takes your Canon FD and FL lenses and mounts them to your Nikon F-mount camera. I will take it and mount it to my trusty Nikon D200. This was my first professional camera body. This is my baby. I've shot weddings on this. I've shot portraits. I've shot headshots. I've shot most of my digital shooting I've done on this. I've recently got my D3200. This guy has been in storage for a little bit, so the outside is a little dusty, but he's still good on the inside. So what we're going to do, take the body cap off of this guy, hook him straight onto the body, red dot, white dot, twist till it clicks, take your cap off. Now you can see in there, it's got a little element. Now this element is a multi-coated 1.4 times magnification, so you don't lose anything in the infinity focus. This guy is my 50mm Canon FD macro lens, which is a neat little lens. I got this with one of my Canon A1s, and boom, he just clicks right on. And there you go. You do have manual focus. You have to do this converter, and these are manual lenses anyway. But you have to do manual aperture control, and you also have to do manual focusing as well, which can be a little tricky. I've used it a little bit on my D3200. I've used it with this guy, which is a 70-210. I did some bird photography. It snowed here. If you're in North Carolina, this was the big 2017 snowstorm. So I had off of work because our road was a sheet of ice, and so I did some bird photography, which I love bird photography. I don't do it nearly enough. I just haven't had the lenses until now. This guy has been great. The sharpness has been there. It doesn't seem to affect exposure very much. I've tried to do some research to see how it affects exposure, and I haven't been able to find how many stops, if it takes down any stops. But with that multi-coated lens element, it seems to do pretty good. The focus seems to be spot on. But going back to complete manual is challenging but also exhilarating. I believe you should shoot manual. Even if you shoot digital, shoot manual. At least manual exposure and shutter speed and that kind of thing, because, you know, shoot manual focus if you can, because it's a skill. Don't get lazy as a photographer. Anyway, I would totally recommend the Photodiox Pro Lens Mount Adapter. I got it on Amazon, cost about $30. Don't forget to like and share the video, and as always, take it easy. Rock and roll. Always drop your camera equipment. That's the best thing to do. It's the downside not having a script is you don't necessarily know where to pick back up. Even if you're shooting digital, shoot manual.